no, Steve did pee-pee. Yay, Steve loves pee-pee. Woo! Pee-pee.
Where'd you move here from?
Oh my god, it's my Black Panther. Welcome back to Dumbsville Classic Month, where I review classics and my ad revenue takes.
Take me back to water breaks and burning inside.
You ever watched a movie that was too good? Like, way too good to be what it is? Yeah, that's the Lego Movie. Phil Lord and Chris Miller are two of the best comedy writers in the industry. Their names attached to both Clone High and the funny My Name Jeff movie. But putting that into consideration, they might have been overqualified to make the fucking Lego Movie. Because by all means, this movie should have been mediocre, just one big commercial. But because actually talented people worked and cared on it, this movie ended up being a masterpiece, one of the best animated films of all time in my opinion. It's weird seeing the Lego Movie and my top 5 favorite animated films sharing spaces with It's Such a Beautiful Day and the fucking End of Evangelion. But I mean, you don't see me complaining. This movie is my Black Panther, my race is a home film. It might actually be way too good for the franchise's own good. The Lego Movie is truly an artistic achievement, one that has excellent comedy, a fantastic tone, and just overall resonates with me just so personally. I'll never forgive the Oscars for not nominating this film for Best Animated Feature.
Fuck the Oscars, you know? Fuck the Oscars! Fuck you!
Because this, to me, was one of the best films of 2014, let alone one of the best animated films. Now, it's no secret, I've been harsh towards meta humor, with a lot of it bordering on,
You can't hurt my feelings if I'm in on the joke.
However, the Lego Movie's comedy, while bordering on meta humor, is actually funny. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm a bit of a comedic genius myself. So as someone who is such a comedic genius, a brilliant mind, I can safely say that when you do make meta comedy, you need to do more than just go, oh, look at this ridiculous thing. Isn't this thing stupid in this movie? The Lego Movie rides that fine line between satire and genuine story-driven comedy. The Lego Movie makes fun of a lot of the tropes of the kids' movies at the time, but it also interweaves them into the story. It makes fun of the Chosen One prophecy by having it all be made up, and already the joke itself and its delivery is pretty funny, but it also acts as a kind of cool plot twist. It plays on your expectations. It deliberately wastes your time and then builds on that further. The film's humor is still self-aware, but leaves room to also develop its characters, if not uses its own humor to develop these characters. You can tell the guys who wrote Clone High made this, because the humor is very similar. It's very self-aware, but not over-obnoxious with it.
Ugh, I almost did it with Joan. Hot.
Both the Lego Movie and Clone High are very fast-paced as well. I feel like with a work like Chippendale Rescue Rangers, it draws out its jokes too much. Meanwhile, the Lego Movie is almost blink and you miss it kind of humor. The pacing is very breakneck, and I think this works in the movie's favor, giving an overall more wittier feeling. The jokes last as long as they need to, and therefore are much less forced down your throat. Also, very similar to Clone High, the humor inadvertently makes the story kinda better. Like, it's not really layered on top of the story, but instead it enhances these characters. Their unique quirks make them more memorable. They bounce off each other. They leave an impression on you. Once again, very similar to Clone High. It uses self-awareness to make you care about the characters more. It's really impressive stuff. And on that note, these characters and the way they function is really awesome. Like the song, Everything is Awesome, from the Lego Movie. The character of Emmett is a happy-go-lucky, probably autistic main character who wants to fuck an emo girl and is a Lego. Wait a minute, that's me! That's me! That's literally me! Of course, the character of Wild Style is also fun. She bounces off of Emmett very well, and she's an emo Lego minifigure, and that's a plus in my books. Vitruvi is played by Morgan Freeman. It's a funny twist on the wise mentor type character, a Gandalf kind of character. His little ghost bit at the end gets me every time. They have fucking Batman in the movie. He's of course way more cocky than the actual Batman that I know, but he functions as an opposite to Emmett. And it's also really funny when Wildstyle goes, oh, I have a boyfriend, it's serious, and it turns out it's fucking Batman. Look man, it's funny, okay? Who gives a fuck? Equally impressive is the animation. I'm not sure how they made stop motion look this good, but it's
Hi, Famous niche internet micro-celebrity LS Mark here. Did you know that the Lego movie isn't actually stop motion, but rather very impressive CGI with an intentionally low frame rate? Maybe you'd know that if you weren't so stupid and dumb and went on Google, you dumb bitch. I thought you were a funny Lego man, you racist fraud.
Okay, well maybe it's not that impressive knowing that it's actually CGI the whole time. But I mean, it still looks really good. I mean, it's so realistic. Bro, did they get RTX on for this one? God damn. Of course, half the shit they actually do probably wouldn't be possible in traditional stop motion. Not to imply that stop motion isn't impressive, because it is really fucking impressive. And while knowing it's CG does kinda ruin the illusion, the animation is still really impressive and has an incredible attention to detail. There are little marks on all the characters, small little Lego lettering on all the bricks, even the chewing gum. Holy shit. All of this adding so much tangibility to the world. It makes it literally feel lifelike. On top of paying tribute to all those stop motion films I used to watch as a kid. It reminds me of people like Forest Fire 101 and Keshin 8. The Lego movie itself pays tribute to the Magic Portal, one of the most influential stop motion films of all time. All this is, of course, intentional, wrapping back around to the film's overall tone, which on that note, the tone is extremely playful. The sound effects are made from the voice actors' mouths. There's a weird, nonsensical mix of original characters and licensed characters that blurs the line between serious fanfiction and satirical parody. You know what it feels like? It feels like a kid playing with Legos, which yeah, is the actual plot of the movie, but it's also really shockingly accurate to how a kid would play with Legos. For example, I used to be someone who played with Legos. I know you all are absolutely shocked, but hang in there for a minute. I used to actually make dumb Lego short films. One of them is actually still on the channel. I actually contacted a friend of mine and found another old one. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go on a big old tangent. Oh my god. Look, let me have this one, okay? Hey, you wanna know why my channel name is Dumbsville? Because this channel was meant to be for a Lego series my friend and I were doing. The story was, it was a bunch of dumb shit and a bunch of inside jokes, and my friend and I were just gonna experience it all. Think of it like a weird semi-self-insert version of like South Park or Family Guy. One character was Dr. Phil. Yes, that Dr. Phil, who is an alien from the planet Uranus. You know where this joke is going. It's a race of Dr. Phils who like to kiss everybody's death areas, and they're really, really, really stupid and dumb.
It's so hard. Oh, it's so hard.
Part of the joke was Dr. Phil is so stupid he makes Patrick Star look like Albert Einstein. And if you're asking what's a death area, it's a penis. It's a fucking dick. It's a cock, okay? We also had Mario, you know, Super Mario. However, this Mario in kindergarten loved Sesame Street. And one day, grown-up Mario hit his head on a block too hard, and his brain reverted back to his kindergarten self. So in Dumbsville, Mario was obsessed with Sesame Street.
You really need to watch Sesame Street in order to know how to pronounce Chuck.
He also had a massive crush on Zoe in the show because we found that funny.
Get your head on me, you idiot! Is idiot a European word for Zoe? You're ready for your massage? Is massage a Spanish word for Zoe? Oh, Sesame Street! Oh, Sesame Street!
We also had two Jabba characters. Their names were Jabba the Butt and Jabba the Klutz. And they both loved popsicles, which they pronounced as pot pickles. I could do like a whole fucking video on this shit, dude. Like, there was a whole lore behind this. This is just what 12-year-old me found funny. My point is that this kind of tone carries over into the Lego movie. You have this mix of really weird original characters, like Vitruvius and Brickbeard, while also having weird parody versions of licensed characters, like Batman. The story really does feel like a kid grabbing random shit out of a Lego toy box and just making his own thing out of it. And I mean that in the best way possible. Once again, I'm saying this because I was one of those kids. It'll never not impress me how accurately the Lego movie nails this. The absolute imagination of this film is great, on top of the comedy, and just how much the characters stick out. It's a great movie. I adore it. On top of Legos being in it, the film just reminds me of myself in the best ways possible. This film is way better than it has any right to be, and then some. And that's why I'm glad to call this film a classic. Sadly, it's not as good as Quest for the Golden Sword, though.
That was time for me to say.
Fuck you in the lanes you came with. Me and you ain't on the same shit. You ain't in my lane, bitch. Nah, throw that shit in fifth. Rollie on my wrist. Ay, baby, you a star. I'm my only wish. I'm counting blue hundreds. I'm too money. Ay, and my little bitch, she too lovely. Yeah, hanging up and calling me right back. Ay, baby, why you calling me like that? Yeah, getting high with the seat, lay back. Baby, gon' relax, yeah. Hey, they don't know the half, yeah. No matter what happened, I got your back. that's the facts, yeah. That's the facts, yeah. Yeah, we can fight, but the feeling's gone. I try to find the words, but they never come. I can still see you on the lawn, hey, laying outside in the summer sun. Yeah, we can fight, but the feeling's gone. I try to find the words, but they never come. I can still see you on the lawn, hey, laying outside in the summer sun. Hey, I'm with a dark-skinned girl on a Sunday, that's that Black Sabbath. She put them ones all down on a Hyundai, and she had to have it. And she gone through, ready for the runway. Shawty, you the baddest. Ay, baby, that's the facts, yeah. That's the facts, yeah.
So thick, smooth, and creamy.